You are now tuned to BS3 Network. BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. Queen 3 and King, we the team, it's going down. We the talk of the town, it's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns, it's going down. Tune in now, it's going down. It's Queen 3 and King on BS3 Network. Queen 3 and King.
This dude, man.
He need to grow up.
So this is what I'm saying. AJ,
Yes.
can you imagine that Queen 3 and King was not nominated for the best intro?
What?
Can you believe that?
I'll sway.
Is that pig Latin for what the fuck?
Oh God! Dang!
I
Is
was
that
just
what that
about to
is?
scream this to my audience, and I said, "No, King Dawkins on here. You ain't
Don't
sending
do it.
nobody's granny in
I'm
a tizzy
just-
tonight. Not
Looks
tonight.
like we just lost the season, Queen. But yeah, we didn't get nominated for best intro, man. I guess
Man,
we
y'all's
got-
intro was as fly as
Step
they.
it up. Let me just say this. As I was thinking about saying that to you just now, it's as if we had a category for best commercial and the lunch break sports show didn't get nominated for best commercial. Wouldn't that be a travesty?
No, because y'all would have won best commercial too.
No
you,
way.
you probably don't
No
play
way.
your commercial
We
on your
ready?
show.
We
I play
ready?
your commercial on
We
my show.
ready?
Oh.
We ready?
Oh.
You
We be
got
second,
to be
runner up.
You got to be kidding. Let's see what they say in the credits. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Queen 3 and King. I am your host, King Dawg. These are my co-hosts. You got King 2.0. You got the season queen. You got the educator queen. You have the baby queen. And we will start damn near, what is this going to be? South of the Red. That's what it is. South of the Red River. Just barely.
We'll take that.
Damn near in Van Augustine. The season queen, also known as Boney Maroney, Skinny Minnie, Darling Nikki, Coco, the glamour. What did Lawrence call you? The quarter pounder. What did he call you? When he said something about your eyes, he said it looked like quarter pounder.
Yeah.
The season queen herself. Say what up to the people, queen.
Hello, everybody. I don't know what happened whenever we got off, but last night on the other show, it didn't do that.
What?
It didn't. Yeah, they didn't lose me at all.
Okay, well, we lost.
So we might need to take up an offering for me on this side of town.
Nah, that's all right. We good.
You
And
cheat.
next, we have the educator queen who came on here with some eye black, I guess, because it's football season.
Good.
She came on here with some eye black on, and the producer was laughing at her, but then tried to make her feel better and say she was cute
Mm.
with an R. So
Did
this
she
is
have
some eye black. You know them football linebackers be having this
Yeah,
stuff on, so
yeah.
the sun.
I just wanted you to say it again. So my boy.
But it was tan eye black.
Right.
I was 10.
This is the season queen. She is forever connected to Tulsa. She also goes by Georgia. TT. Talk to the people, queen.
Good evening.
How's the start of this school year been for you? You ready to jump off the Mayflower yet? The
Probably
Nina,
the first day, huh?
the Pinta, the Santa Maria. That's where if
all of them.
y'all would know these
Running
ships if
on.
you listen to
Everything
Boats and
that
Hoes
Pittsburgh
from
Columbia
Step
sell,
Brothers.
I'm ready to jump. Yeah. She running on to see what the end gonna be.
See what the end gonna be.
Yeah.
But I got some good teachers this year, so
Well, that's good.
we'll see.
Blessed be the
I
name.
can take you out on the pontoon, bud, and give you a little nudge if you like.
That's fine.
And then I'll give you one, you little jerk.
All right, and next.
Mm.
And okay, she sounds like she's speaking Chinese right now. I guess I'm lagging, but what happened is her voice, her mouth would do like this, little jerk. I don't know what you said.
Not the kung fu movie.
like them old. Yeah. All right, and next we have our baby queen, formerly known as Blake's mama. She is now firmly entrenched in the corner of Bronxy, which he made the program at the pre-show. Known as Mama Lee. Talk to the people, queen.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hope everybody is doing well.
And last but not least, the 40-year radio veteran out of WKRP in Cincinnati. He is the gentleman that Venus Flytrap's character was inspired by. He is fresh off of the awards tour, similar to the one that Lionel Richie was on back when he said outrageous on the Grammys. He's been to Memphis. He's been to Texas. He's been all over with awards, winning such
collecting them awards. Okay, baby.
Podcast of the year. What other podcast? What other awards he win? Sports podcast of the year.
Sports podcast.
And then just general overall excellence.
Most consistent.
Yeah. So talk to the people, King 2.0.
Man, I'm just glad to be back on the show.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
You want to say
Glad to have you back on the show.
You want to say something to all those listeners or viewers from the award show for BS3 Network Awards that didn't get to hear from you on your acceptance speech? Go.
Man, no, seriously, I am beyond humble but grateful because first of all, I'm just glad to be on the network and then to be recognized and to win something. Erica with a K, man, I got to make her top dog or whatever she want to be top dog of, man, because she got a movement going and I'm grateful for that. So again,
praise them.
It's just good to be a part of the BS3 family.
Right on. All right, so today's episode is Overcomers. Again, we have special guest, award-winning guest host Andre Jones. Wow, she said award-winning guest host Andre Jones. So let's get into some initial thoughts just simply about the word overcomers, the term overcomers. And for me, that hit a little different in my family. You know, in fact, based on where we come from, with our grandmother, our maternal
you
grandmother.
stole mine.
And you know, the very essence of our family is overcoming. You know, again, this is a single mother of 10 who passed away at an early age. I believe it was 43,
39.
if I'm not
39
years old.
Okay, and passed away a day after her youngest, or her twin boy and girls were a day old. And yet turned out such people in our family, such as business owners and people with degrees and homeowners and entrepreneurs and all these other things. It just you know, it's unfathomable, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, we've overcome, financial, we've overcome medical, we've overcome relational, we've overcome you name it, so overcomer is something that, as far as I'm concerned, defines our family. See, the word said that no weapon formed against me will prosper. It did not say the weapon wouldn't be formed.
Right.
It just said it wouldn't prosper. See, we've limped away from cancer. We've limped away from bad relationships. We've limped away from stupid jobs. We've limped away from stupid people. But we still overcame. Okay. So what we've overcome is countless. So those are my initial thoughts when I hear the words overcomer. Baby queen.
You stole mine. That is exactly that's exactly where I was going with that. Like, I think that's the epitome of our family is overcomers. And like you said, it goes all the way back to when our parents were growing up, and just to see them now, see them still standing now, is just, I mean, that's the word for them. They've gone through a lot and been resilient through it all. So I think it's just the epitome of our family.
Yeah. Mika.
I can't, say any more to that. Like when I think about our family, I think of two words: legacy and overcomers. So overcomers is something that speaks volumes about our family. I can point to each person within our family, especially those aunties and uncles, and point out at least 5 major things that they've overcome that they were not supposed to. So that's what I think about.
Right. Nico.
I absolutely agree with everything that you guys said, and just think about how hard that must have been for them with all the tragedy that happened in their lives and stuff, to now be blessed enough to be overcomers.
Yeah.
That speaks a lot of volume too, in that they're still here today. All of the siblings, except for what we've had several deaths in the family. That was Uncle Lawrence, one of our cousins, Boris, who was a minister, passed away. And then Brandon, our cousin, passed away at a young age. So yeah, we've overcome a lot of things. And even death didn't keep us from praising God.
Yeah, to say the least. So again, I think those is position. I think I talked to Andre or Pastor Dawkins about resistance training in a episode, and it's those tragedies that you have to overcome, those tragedies that withstand you, that actually train you. So those 99 things that you overcame, you just were being prepared for number 100. And you got to remember, they were designed to take you out.
Right.
The fact that you limped away from them is a victory. The fact that you walked away is a victory. They were designed to take you out. So if you survived, you've overcome. Andre, on you, sir.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, I'm real big on words and what they mean, but I also am big on words and context. So we know that the word overcomer is in scripture. And I dug into that thing, and it said a conqueror, one who carries off the victory, one who comes out victorious, one who holds fast their faith, even unto death, against the powers of their foes and temptations and persecutions. And we do video stuff, we do videography and everything. Imagine this big wide screen like what y'all talking about, our family, our mothers, our fathers, our grandfathers. And we see that and we're like, yeah, they were the overcomers, but then God zooms in real fast. So you don't even get a chance to kind of, he zooms in real fast, and guess what's standing there? You.
That's good.
Because every one of the people that you mentioned, you got DNA from them inside of you. So no matter how big, no matter how small, that overcomer gene is in you. And that was hard for me to imagine, because my grandfather was in World War II. They did that Saving Private Ryan, and they had the dudes jumping out the boat, and they showed the bullets shooting. What they didn't show was the black people's boat. That had no air coverage, no air support. Wow. They were literally supposed to take up the bullets so the other folks can make it. My grandfather lived to be over 100 years old.
Wow.
About being an overcomer.
Wow.
And again, God zoomed past that so fast, and he showed me, and he said, inside of you is the same thing that helped him. And man, it just literally became a whole series. When I tell you, he started flooding Revelation and everything else. But the one part that caught me and why I did the post was the part where he said, and watch this, other people didn't always see you as an overcomer. In fact, they wrote you off. When you needed them the most, when you needed their understanding, when you needed their compassion, when you needed their patience, when you needed their grace, when you needed their mercy, guess what? They wrote you off.
Mm-hmm.
But God said that gene, that DNA, it was still in you. So even when people wrote you off, you were still an overcomer. And you ought to tell them thank you, because you wouldn't have seen what an overcomer you were until you didn't have them to help you overcome. Because see, some people take credit for you overcoming.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people take credit for you getting through. Look, they didn't cry one tear.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have one sleepless night with you, but they taking credit for you.
Yeah.
And God said, I want you to see them on the other side of the table as I prepare this table before them for you in their presence. It's not a hate thing. It's not a hate thing. It's not a hate thing, because it's a bigger picture. It's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And man, I ain't gonna lie. I said I wasn't gonna do this tonight, but man, listen, a lot of us don't look like what we've been through. That's one thing. But here go the thing. A lot of us don't look like what we're going through.
Wow.
And a lot of times, man, we got it glued together. We got it duct taped. We got it tucked in all the right places, so none of the pain, none of the hurt, none of the struggle, none of the fear, none of the depression, none of those things leak out where somebody say, are you all right? We can make it look good on the outside, but thank God that people don't always see what's going on the inside, because, baby, many of them wrote us off. But God said, guess what? They had to write you off so you could see that theirs wasn't the only pen writing your story.
Wow.
I'm in tears over here, literally, because I feel just like that I've been wrote off by some people. And some of them, I think the enemy is putting them in my spirit, is saying that, you know, and it may, I don't, but I just still don't understand it yet. But I know that God is going to reveal it to me.
But Nikki, you know what he wouldn't even let me hate them, and I don't hate them. And I you see you a little bit better than me, because I wanted to hate them, and then I wanted to hurt. But then God said, don't do any of that. He said, thank them. He said, thank them, because you've now seen something about yourself that you would not have seen if you were dependent, or watch this, or if they stayed with you through this process.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a thing called bless those that curse you. And I tell people all the time, I am not successful because I get up at 4:30 in the morning and beat everybody to work, and I'm just more prepared and I study more than everybody else. That ain't it. It's because I bless those that curse me. I am giving and forgiving. Simple as that, you know. And the God will not reveal your enemies to you. He will not make your enemies your footstool if he thinks you will crush them. He is making your enemies your footstool and revealing them to you because he wants you to be able to do what he said to do. How can you bless those that curse you if you don't know who cursed you?
And I know that God is keeping me from cursing them.
Yeah.
I already know that.
Yeah.
And so I just try to be who he wants me to be.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to stoop down to their levels.
Yeah. But you just said a key thing. Because this is something I had to realize as I am going through one of the worst periods I've gone through in a long time. Doc, if I told you what I'm going through now, you wouldn't even believe me. But God said, watch this. He said, no matter what they didn't do, you are still who you are to me. So there's no reason to curse them. There's no reason to come out of character. There's no reason to take your focus off of him bringing you through, because they're going to be there. And when you see them on the other side of the table and the tablecloth being spread out in front of you, they're supposed to be there. When the word says vengeance is mine, I will repay, it does not always mean destruction.
Right.
It means preservation. God is going to preserve them so that they can take their rightful place and see you get elevated.
Wow.
God is preserving them so that they can see you come out of the thing that they gave up on you when you were just going in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I pray for them, all of them, because it's more than one.
Wow. Amazing. Let's Miss Producer, let's get to some of these comments just so we can acknowledge the people who are already in the chat room, and then we will get to some of these questions that AJ wants to break down. We got Kimberlyn Negrette. I don't know if this means she's just a little Negro because it's called Negrette. Is that something different? But either way, Kimberlyn,
Oh my God.
we don't regret Negrette. Okay, here we got Facebook user says Noah thinks this is FaceTime. She's waving and saying hey to everybody. This must be Chastity.
Chastity.
No.
That's my baby.
What's up, Noah? Y'all wave at Noah. Hi, Noah.
No.
All right, and then we have the Blue Streak Freak in the building. Third time nominated supporter of the year because she gonna support. You hear me?
Yeah.
She is not your McDonald's ice cream. All right. Are y'all hearing that?
Yes.
Let's mute everybody real quick and see if it goes away. Y'all bear with us just a moment. We are having some technical difficulties. Hang on one second. Okay, Lily, check yours because when I unmute you, it goes away. Mika's back. AJ is back. I'm back. Nikki is back. Yeah, it's yours, Lily. When I unmute you, Lily, it's yours. So try to restart. It's coming from your end. Where was I at? Okay, the Blue Streak Freak got third. She is not your McDonald's ice cream machine. She is consistent. She is always going to support. And then Miss Kimberly Negrette again says, make it plain, AJ. And then Facebook user, I'm not sure who that is. Make sure y'all give StreamYard permission to publish your name. They said Preach Dog. And then Kimberly Negrette came on again and said, you better preach, AJ. She done said, make it plain and you better preach. It's still there, Lily. Kimberly Negrette done came back in and said, you better preach. So that's your third comment about his preaching. So generally at that point, you're going to send a love offering. So we'll put that up a little later. And then Theodora said preach, and then Theodora said static. Yeah, we hear it. You know, let me just say this. This is apropos as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because the devil don't want this life-changing stuff to come out. I promise you he don't. I promise you he don't want this life-changing information to come out. But we gonna persevere. Okay, it looks like next comment we got Bree Mack in the building. She says yes.
Hey, Gail.
Facebook user says I can't hear it. And then Theodore said I say that. Okay, that's good on the comments. Let's go to the next question that AJ has, and we'll check Alicia again. Once she gets back up, you can try to bring her back in. Okay, I think we're good.
You good, sis?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
it's all good. It's
not you.
Yeah, it's the enemy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality. He is the prince of the airwaves, so he ain't gonna let y'all just do this with unencumbered. And write that down. All right, on you, Miss Producer. Is that where we're starting on our overcomer question? Be honest, are you bitter or better? AJ, you want to set that up at all?
Yeah, because once I realized that God told me to say thank you to the folks that wrote me off, and because I now realized that theirs wasn't the only pen writing my story, the question he asked me said, "Now, be honest with me. Are you bitter or are you better?" Because, man, if you go through all the hell that you're going through, if you go through all the trials and the tribulations that you've been through and come out on the other side bitter, chances are you might need to retake that test.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
It's the
Now
test, man.
you're teaching.
Yeah, that's like failing the exam that you got to pass before you go on to the next thing.
Now
So
you're
it's going to
teaching.
come back around. So you have to ask yourself, am I bitter or am I better because of the people that wrote me off?
Lily, let's start with you. You better or you better?
I feel like I'm better because those people don't affect me in my everyday life. Like, I don't let them see me fail or feel like I failed or feel like they have affected me in some way. So I think that I'm better. And I think I was watching a video. It's funny that we're talking about this because I was watching a video the other day and she said that God was like, I put you at the table with your enemies. And she said, I asked God, what do I do in front of my enemies? He said, you eat.
Eat.
You eat.
And order something for the table. Hey, give me 3 or 4 appetizers up here.
And I think that's where
One
I'm
tab,
like,
one tab. That's what they
ever since I've seen that video, that has stuck with me. You eat. Like, there's nothing else to be done. You eat. So I think that
that'll stand by itself.
Yeah. I think that's made me better.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with a black Nike. Theirs is just do it. Ours is just eat.
Just eat.
Yeah.
Amika, you bitter or you better? And don't lie either.
I was about to say, I'm be honest with you. Back in my 20s, I was bitter because this was be a messed up prayer. Like, Lord, you know how they did me. Do it to them back. Da 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 da. He's told me I ain't need you to say all that.
Yeah.
Chill out. So as I've gotten into my 30s, I'm like, Lord, you know my heart. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him, but I just need separation. When I start praying, just, hey, take care of them and take care of me. You know what has happened. Do your thing.
Yeah.
And he asked, only thing he asked me to do is take your hands off of it. So as I've wrestled with, because Mika liked to control things. So the only thing I've wrestled with is as I get better and I'm not bitter, but can I help you, Lord? He told me, no, I'm good. So as I gotten better, I've learned to take my hands off things. And when you take your hands off things,
that's good.
You ain't got to worry.
That's good. That's good.
You see him do his best work when you take them hands off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nico.
I know that
I'm bitter or you better?
I don't think I'm bitter, but I think I am better because I know that God fights my battle, not all of my battles. But it's just sometimes hurtful when it's somebody that you thought was, people that are close to you. But it just hurts a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, I love the fact that we got a preacher in the background because I can hear Blake Bronxy back there. I think that's him back there preaching back there. You hear me?
He's at the door yelling.
I think he toward the end of his sermon because he's hooping right now. Okay, so for me, this question, whenever I saw it pop up, I was like, okay, this one. So my overcomer story is a little different, right? And I may be pulling back the curtain a little bit on where we're gonna go, but we talk about betrayal, or who wrote you off, right? We talked about that earlier. So I've not been the kind of person that had somebody openly come say, or people openly come say, you're not gonna make it. We're through with him, right? However, my writing off has come by way of betrayal.
Yeah.
Okay. So in essence, when you betray someone, that is you writing them off.
Mhm.
When you make a decision to not remain loyal to them, you have written them off, right?
Period.
So let me put it like this: God has had my shine be what it is, to where nobody can openly say that nigga ain't gonna make it. That ain't gonna. They would sound crazy to say that, right? But they've written me off through their betrayal. Now, why am I better and not bitter? Because God wouldn't release me from the situation. He made me stay in the middle of that betrayal, and he made me forgive in the midst of it, surrounded by it. And when I asked, why are you wasting my time? He goes, I'm not wasting your time. You got to forgive now, because if you don't, you'll be bitter and it'll affect your later. So I had to forgive. I had to stay in the middle of that situation, in the middle of that muck and mire and mess, and forgive in the midst of. See, it's a lot easier to forgive a joke that's across town,
Right.
or in another state,
Right.
or you ain't got to look at their face every day.
Yeah.
Look at somebody's face and forgive. Look at them skinning and grinning in front of you and forgive them. You know, and then when you do it and you walk away, there is all betterness and no bitterness.
Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, there's another B that's in between bitter and better. And that's where I am.
Don't say that.
I'm broken, bro. I'm broken because
I got it.
When I just tried to run through and say, "Oh, I'm better," it's like the Lord broke something off, and inside of that thing was a little bit of bitterness. He said, "So what is this?"
Wow.
And I was like, okay, yeah, there's that one, but I'm good. I'm good. You know how we say, oh, man, I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored. You know, you got them patented answers. And every time I would try to say I was better, the Lord would break something. And inside of it would be an amount of bitterness. So I can't say I'm better yet. I'm broken. I'm broken, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm broken. When I tell you I'm broken and I'm breaking to the point where I gotta completely surrender. Like I can't do nothing but get better. You know, when you hit rock bottom, ain't nowhere else but up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So can I be honest? I don't even know if I'm there yet.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
I'm breaking right now, bro.
Well, that's what gets you there. And let me just explain this to you. There are some things that are no good once they are broken.
Yeah.
There are some things that are no good until they are broken.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You are the latter. You are no good until you are broken. Yeah. So again, it is because of that fact. You know, with drug addicts and sex addicts and alcoholics, they say the admission, the confession is half the battle. Yeah. So when you say I'm broke, when you can sincerely say that, you halfway to the house.
Yeah.
You halfway to the house.
Look, it's that halfway part. Like, I mean, let me tell you, Nikki, you blessing me because in my brokenness, I still gotta realize that God is able to make me over better. I don't want to be made like I was. I want to be made better. And to hear you and your tears say, but I still trust God. Yeah. And I know God is fighting my battles for me. It's one thing for me to hear it in my head and in my heart, but to hear it come out of somebody's mouth, you'd be surprised at how it just makes it different. I'm not crazy. I'm not just talking to myself. That's not just my hunger. That's not just my, I want this to be over so bad. So let me hurry up and say, I'm better.
Yep. And
it makes me believe that I can see it one day too, because right now I'm not there yet. I ain't better yet. But through this breaking, I will be made over better.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't even ever confronted the person ever. I just know in my spirit what they've done because God has showed it to me.
What's crazy is I had 2 people that wrote me off comment under the post. And I was like, Ninja. I mean, you could have just let this one pass. You could have just not said, you could have just sat there and ate your food. Old me would have replied, I know you need to just back up from this post because, and write about 488 words. But because I'm breaking, God said, leave them alone.
Yeah.
He said, leave them alone. Don't even say nothing.
You don't have to say anything. But in my younger days, I would have said something.
I think we got a couple of comments to get to, and then we'll get to our next question. Facebook user said, first of all, Theodora Blue Quick Freak just press on. And then Facebook user says, amen to you all. Not sure who that is, but thank you. Erica Kenyatta says, amen. That's Erica with a K. We appreciate you. And those in our viewing and listening audience also put in the comment, you answer those questions too. Are you better? Are you bitter? Are you an overcomer or not? Share some of your testimonies with us as well. All right. Next question. And AJ, I'll let you set it up, sir.
It's kind of what Nikki was talking about. Some people that write me off is like, no big deal, man. That's good. I'm glad you wrote. I ain't got to waste time with it. But some people that wrote me off, I was like, you, not you, not you. And it literally hurt more than I could ever imagine. And I guess the reason why for me is because I thought they would have always understood, not always been there, but at least understood. But man, it's like when somebody jumps past understanding and writes your outcome, and watch this, writing you off doesn't always mean that they're saying you're not going to make it. That sometimes just means I'm not going to ride through this with you.
And that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, sometimes it is that they're thinking, okay, there's no value left there.
Yeah.
You follow me? There's no value left there. So some folks are going to keep you around as long as they see value, and to me, the people who see the value in you when there looks as if there's none, those are the people that matter as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to answer this question because it's going to be real quick. Which person who gave up on you hurt you the most and why? I'm not going to give up any people, so to speak, but I will say is that the reason why it hurt you the most or it hurt me the most is because they were the closest to you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why it hurt. It's because they're closest to you. And I believe that's why. And again, I believe they played their part. It was supposed to go down that way. It was necessary, in order for me to get where I needed to go. So Nikki, we'll jump with you on that one. It says, which person who gave up on you hurt you the most and why? And again, you don't have to necessarily give up any, because again, we're gonna be gracious to them even though they wasn't gracious to us.
Right.
So we're not gonna throw them out there under the bus publicly or anything like that. But
we're gonna do it when I write my book. Put it in there.
That's fine. That way they sue you individually. Yeah, they sue you individually and not us as the show. Hey.
Damn.
It was a person that was close to me, but I don't know the reasoning by it. For it, but it was somebody that was close to me.
And how about this? Sometimes they don't even know the reason. Sometimes if you were to probably pin a lot of these people down and ask them why, they couldn't answer that question.
No,
they would be just as dumbfounded as you, and they would. I had people that done wrong that we've been able to talk about it, and they broke down crying and said, "I don't know why I did that. I don't know what I was thinking." Etc. So it's a lot of folks don't know why because they playing their part. They are being used as a tool, as a pawn in this game. Okay, and queens and kings, we can't operate like pawns.
Nope.
Mika, which person who gave up on you hurt you the most and why?
I'm glad you said it at the beginning. When you said which person, I can immediately point to a couple people. I was like, oh. But I was like, I'm not gonna give you up because.
Wait a minute, before you go further, do the oh again.
Yeah, that was lit.
Oh. I'm not gonna give you up.
You want me to?
No, because Alicia's ready.
Never gonna give you up.
No, because Alicia ready for them folks. That she know who they are. But I actually had one of them. We talked about it. This person was like, I no longer, after the incident happened, she was like, I no longer thought you were on my level.
Ooh.
And I was like, because of something that happened that was out of my control.
Wow.
So, of course, this person came back,
Oh, that mold.
but I had to let her know we were no longer, I had to stand in where we were at. I was like, once you reveal I was no longer on your social level, I was no longer on your spiritual level.
Yeah.
So
She must have see that eye black because she would have thought differently.
you
All right, let's get Lily. We'll get Andre on this. See if we got any more before we get comment. Lily, the person who gave up on you hurt you the most. Why?
I think, like you said before, if somebody, of course, close to you, because I think that's gonna get a reaction, right? It was somebody close to me, but to this day, I really don't just look at it as, I guess that was a season for our friendship. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I still don't understand, but it's not for me to understand anymore. I've kind of moved on from that place, and it just is what it is.
I'm looking for you to wrap this particular segment up on the question, but I want it brought up an interesting point. You know, we've all been exposed to these people who can't move on if they don't know why.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not those people.
Right.
Do you got a word for those people too? Because sometimes you just ain't gonna ever know.
And
why.
that's the word. You're not gonna always know why. I mean, mom and daddy didn't always tell you why. So guess what? The world ain't gonna always tell you why. And we just got to be okay with that. We got to trust in what we trust in. We got to believe in what we believe in, and know that God ain't forgot. We still breathing, so we got another chance. Let me hit this. I'm gonna be like y'all. I ain't gonna throw the person under the bus. The person that gave up on me was very close. The why for me was I saw this person give more grace to random.
Yeah.
And they gave to me.
That's that's so.
Man, listen, I'm as good looking and as fine as they come.
You better say that.
I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make bad decisions. I'm gonna make bad choices because we're close. We gonna hurt each other sometimes. I'm not talking toxic. I'm not talking intentional.
Yeah.
But if you gonna give grace to randoms more and faster, then you gonna give to people that have been ride or die.
See.
Oh, baby. Yeah, man. That's why. That's why.
That one for me, man.
Can at least get the benefit of the doubt. Can at least get a little grace. Can I at least get? I did not wake up this morning trying to hurt.
That's right.
Right.
That's right, man. Hey,
and nobody hurts more than me because I hurt you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I got the two for. I got the I did it, and I got the it was you.
Yeah.
And you gonna give grace to.
Yeah, man. Hey, that benefit of the doubt, that's something early on in dating. I always when I talk about I have to have. At some point, you got to decide who I am.
Yeah.
And once you do, before you're going to move forward with me, and when you do, benefit of the doubt has to be there.
Yeah.
If you can't give me benefit of the doubt, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be doubt.
Yeah.
You got to give me the benefit of the doubt because you know who I am.
Yeah.
If I ever ask you a question, do you think I did that on purpose, and you can't answer it quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a wash.
Yeah. And I'm 100 with that. I'm not just like that in relationships. I'm like that with my frat brothers. I'm like that with my children. I'm like that. Like I'm black sheep of my family, but my sister, 1 year older than me, we are close. And I ask her, baby, do you know my heart? And she'll say, yeah. Long as the answer is yes, we good. If the answer is no,
you say you're the black sheep.
I'm the black sheep, bro. Oh yeah, I avoid the clan, bro. I avoid them.
You ain't no way, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ain't no way you can be the black sheep.
Doc, I'll come in town and act like I ain't even there for a week.
You know, one day we need to break that down.
You
just get our episode, The Black Sheep.
I ain't coming to that show. I promise you. I promise you. That's the first I'm gonna tell you no. Look, that black sheep thing is like this with me. It's mine. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. It's mine. Leave it alone. Oh,
yeah.
It's my thing.
All right, let's get some questions and then we'll go to our comment section, we have Facebook user, not sure what it is, said, let God get it right first and foremost with the ones that are closest to you. Family's life is short. Enjoy your love.
Mm-hmm.
At least they went to a decent school because they said your loved ones instead of your loved ones. So they know how to use that. So we appreciate that. We got A-Trap B in the building.
What up, A-Trap?
Good evening, everyone. He was kind enough to tolerate the season queen on episode of Work Class last night, reviewing the Clark Sisters movie. All right, and then we got Miss Lee in the building. I think this is the BFF of the producer.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the producer pop on right now. She looked like she doing I buy direct, I wear direct commercial with the glasses and fun.
Yeah,
man, she's working.
She said facts. All right, Facebook uses this may be great because they call it a cheat. They say you're right there. They don't even know why. Again, they're being used as a tool. Yeah.
That part.
All right. And then another Facebook user said again, some are just miserable at the end of the day, and it has nothing at all to do with period.
That is so true. So true.
That's a big lesson.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Misery loves company. And then A-Rap again confirmed the Team Leo situation.
Come on, Leo.
All right, overcomes with our special guest host, Andre King 2.0, and his award-winning ways. So let's see. The next question is, that was our last one. So let's get to the next question.
Can you read?
How did you treat them? They gave up on you. That's one season. And how do you treat them now that you've overcome?
Thank you, Lord.
Because I got to be honest, I got some people in my circle that I really shouldn't have them in my circle after the way they erased me from they thing, man. But how did you treat them when they did it, and how do you treat them now?
Let's start with the season queen on that.
When it first happened, it hurt my feelings. But after that, after I just said it, well, it's not, I didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything. So when you know that you didn't do anything to hurt anybody's feelings, then you're okay with it. I'm okay with it because I know that I didn't do anything to that person. So sometimes people just have their own things that they got going on, and maybe I don't know what the situation was. I don't really know even a lot about the situation. Mm-hmm. All I know is that we don't talk about it.
Okay. And so how do you treat them now?
Now, how do I treat them? Mm-hmm. I treat them like I would do anybody else. I'm not going to be mean to them. Okay. Yeah, that's not like I told y'all, and y'all already know the old Nikki before having Jesus Christ in her life, mm-hmm. It would have been a different story, but no.
The one that I walked in on the bathroom and you was reaching around the back of the toilet for that joint, that one?
What joint?
Yeah, at that house party we had, we was living
I forgot about
that house on Rat.
Hey, listen, I didn't know where that was going. I was worried.
Look, Nikki was about 3 Jack Daniels in. I walked into the bathroom. Nikki was on the floor, reaching around the back of the toilet. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I dropped this toilet back here.
It was at the house on Lake. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Hilarious. All right, Mika.
I was about to say something about the date I had that night that was trash, but I'm not going
to
I'll put it out there.
Yeah. I don't know if it was trash or the fact, like I said, you 3 or 4 Jack Daniels in quick.
You know that was my drink. Great.
Let's see, Mika, how did you treat them when they gave up on you, and how do you treat them now?
I think the bad thing about it is I don't think I treated them wrong. I treated myself bad because I was judging me. I was like, what did I do wrong? And not assuming it was anything to do with them. So I think think I was treating me like I was like, okay, what did you do wrong? And you were trying to pacify them, pat them on the back, wanting to be there, going,
People pleasing.
People pleasing, going out your way to make sure. But when they didn't change, I was like, okay, it's not me. So, and how do I treat them now? I don't.
Okay, fair enough.
Forgiveness doesn't always mean connection.
That's right.
I say
That's right.
exposure. Yeah, because you forgive
That's
someone,
right.
that means you have to continue to be exposed to them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, just because I forgive you don't mean I need to be your circle.
And they don't need
God
to
bless
have
you.
access to you because you forgave.
They don't need
That's right.
access as well.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Right.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah. Baby queen. How did you treat them when they gave up on you, and how do you treat that? Oh, they didn't say that, but how you treat them now?
In the beginning, I think I was just kind of like, what happened? Like, it was just a lot of questions I didn't understand. So I spent time like trying to figure that piece out. But now I actually talk to the person again, but I know how to handle that person. You know what I mean? Like, they're not in my immediate circle of the people I'm gonna call when something goes down. You know what I'm saying? But I can have a conversation, be cordial, because I'm no longer in that space. So
Yeah. How do you treat people? How did you treat them when they gave up on you, and how do you treat them now? Let me just say, if we're going to be honest, there's a few phases that you go through right at the time. One of those phases is the one that Martin described, the one that stand up for one of them is that. Okay. One of them is that. Yeah, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right.
Remember that.
And the other one, you're trying to figure out why and all those kind of things. So there's anger, there's confusion, there's
grief,
all of that.
Yeah, it's like the stages of grief.
Yeah, all of that, and so I think I went through all of that at that time. And believe it or not, the thing for me that got me better, that got me advanced as quick as anything, was I started focusing on helping other people. Even though I was in the middle of some of the worst hurt I'd ever been in my entire life, I focused on helping other people. And I did that in a sincere way. That was not my intention, that was what was going to deliver me, but it is what delivered me, just because I genuinely started focusing on some other people's hurt, because I thought to myself, they need you, Lord. And I prayed for folks and I said, Lord, you know I'm hurting right now. I'm telling you, take all of your energy away from me and focus it on me. I can handle this for longer.
That's
to
good.
help them. And when I say instantaneously, my stuff was lifted instantaneously, So, and how do I treat them now? Like everybody else. I clown on them. I talk trash to them. I do the same thing I do to anybody else. So I treat them just like anybody. King 2.0. You got any more on that?
Yes, sir. Let me tell you something.
How
That
you treated them
song,
when they gave up on you, and how do you treat them now?
that song, I'm way too good at goodbye.
Yeah.
That man need to run me my check, 'cause that's me. I'm way too good at goodbye. Baby, I cut you off and never think another thing about you. But because I'm in between bitter and better and broken, my test is different than anybody else's test. I can't
That sounds like a book title to me, man. Between bitter, better, and broken. I am not kidding you, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
I am not kidding.
That sounds like Wednesday to
I
me.
ain't got the energy to write it. I'll just gotta take that one and give me some credit in the back somewhere. But so my test is different in that God told me, if you can't treat them the same or better than you did before they wrote you off, you're not ready. You're not ready. I can't just distance myself from them, never see them, and think that I'm better. Because that's what I did when they gave up. I just cut them off, just distance. I'm way too good at goodbye. But if I can't see them now and treat them the same or better than I did, then I'm still not there yet. And I can't move on until I pass that test from him. That's not a me thing. That's not a, because some people say, oh, you need to go where you're celebrated and stuff like that. God won't let me move to where I'm celebrated. I got to get this right first so I know how to act when I get. Because I'll hurt other people because of the other people that hurt me. These folks ain't done nothing to me.
Yeah.
These folks ain't never wrote me off. But I'm going to treat them different because I never dealt with that back there. So, yeah, man, I'm still in process. I got to get to a place where I can treat them now the same or better than I did before.
It's the same or better for me. Or better.
Yeah. What's striking for me is AJ will tell you, and obviously I know he doesn't mind our candor here, is that I've been reaching out to him a lot lately for some reason. A lot, because he's been on my mind, And I just reach out, and we start serious and we're going to end up cracking up laughing most of the time. But it is a confirmation for me that I'm hearing correctly, when it comes to reaching out to him, and whatnot. And a lot of people think that, see, if you look with your fleshly eyes, you'll think, shoot, he don't need nothing. Yeah, he good. He winning awards. He such and such and such, But for people I connect with, for people who got a piece of my heart, it's a spiritual thing, and if the Lord put him on my heart, he put him on my heart, and I try to reach out, because again, y'all have heard us say on this show time and time again that AJ is family. And when I say
he is,
fam, I can't, I don't, as much of a wordsmith as I pretend to be, or I try to be, I lack the words. I lack the terminology. I lack the verbiage. I lack the vocabulary to be able to say just how sincere and genuine we are about that. That this dude is one of us. As simple as that. As simple as that. I just can't. I can't quantify that enough. I can't illustrate that enough. It is just the way that it is, man. So like I said, there are some people that are your assignments. To be perfectly honest with you, and I don't know why I forget how we even came across each other. I can't I think it was just a matter of he on the network, his show is there, and let me check it out because I'm trying to support, and all of a sudden that dude is something, So and it doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned, and I got news for some. Yeah, go for it.
If you threw a party and invited everyone that you knew.
You need to grow up.
Go ahead, finish it if you can. You will see. The biggest gift would be for me in the card attached to say, "Thank you for being a friend."
But on a serious note, while you get yourself together, Mika, AJ, it's always just been super easy with AJ. And we've had guests on here. We've had many guests on here. Right. But it's always been easy. It's always been genuine. He's always just felt like he was family from day one.
From day one,
yeah. And then what I was going to say is that a lot of people will come in and say, wow, but I've been knowing this cat for 30 years. I've been knowing this. Me and her have been besties for 20 years. Me and her. Sometimes time
means nothing.
It's totally irrelevant in a situation.
Right. Means nothing.
Totally irrelevant. It's like, and I'm going to tell you something else too. And this one may be a little too deep for some folks. So some folks get to thinking about soulmates, and they always are thinking in these romantic terms.
That part right there. Yes, sir. Yeah, that is
not always.
Not always. It's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Ain't always, man. Good. Yeah. So
let me jump on the end of that. Please. So I was talking about the black sheep thing, and I was young, man. I'm serious. The black sheep thing ain't new for me. It ain't new. Before my mother died, I'm saying I don't want to go. I got to go because my mama said I'd go. But after she died, it was a wrap because I don't have to suffer through people because they're family. God. And I don't have to defend and pot shots and comments and all that because you're family. It should be the other way around because you're family. You shouldn't have to battle that. You shouldn't have to go through all of that. And that's just Auntie so and so. You know how she is. That's just Uncle so and so. No,
Yeah.
darn that.
Yeah.
So guess what? I choose to be around folks like, like Lily, like Nikki, like Mika, like King Dog. Because man, the love is genuine. I'm with you, Lily. It's easy, man. It's and all the hell we fight throughout our daily lives.
I'm telling you.
And we go sit in the presence of people that just miserable and taking it out on you. No, man, that's not. I'm a little smarter than that. So yeah, that's part of what that is about for me. I don't
like a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get some of these comments wrapped up, and then we'll give our final thoughts and put a bow on this one. This is Lynn T. Why my name isn't showing up? I don't know. I don't know. It's me, Lynn. So Lynn, let me just say this: call Craig and Danielle and ask them what I said about you today. And don't call me talking about it either. Just call and ask what I said about you. That might be why she's tuning in right now. Anyway, she might already know. Facebook user said, I went through a process of being hurt and trying to find a reason why when there is no reason sometimes. Once I healed, I just learned to move different but set boundaries. Boundaries is big.
Boundaries is big.
And for some reason, we used to, I don't know if we felt guilty about setting boundaries or just wasn't hip to it or whatever the case may be. But now, hey, folks set some boundaries on you in a minute, and I love it.
Tell you no in a minute. No.
And the next one says hashtag growth LOL because the old me.
Yes. Lord.
And I think this next one is Lynn too. She goes good point, T. And then she went on to say, wow, that's powerful, AJ. That's good stuff. Okay, so let's get final thoughts. We'll start with the season queen, go down to the baby queen, myself, and then we'll let AJ wrap this one up. And we're gonna let him do his signature closing today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna let him do a signature closing today. So season queen, final thoughts.
First, I would like to thank AJ for always being on the show when we need him to be on the show. And I feel like you are our brother. You truly are. From the first day that you came on the show, you felt like family. And so I truly, and I'm not just saying that, you are our family.
Thank you. I believe that. I don't think you would say it if you didn't mean it.
No, you are family. You definitely family. And I even told Ken on the way to the awards show the other night or last weekend or whatever weekend it was, that about you. And when you won that award at Macedonia, and I was telling him about you and how you're truly a great man, and that you are a man of God, and you're a God-fearing man.
And he not too big to where he turn down free snacks, because I done been in the press box with him. He gonna get all the free snacks they give you. So that's another reason why I knew. Yeah, he cool shit. He get all the free snacks.
Hey, they got him out there for a reason, right? Somebody got to eat them.
And that's what he said that night too. Final thought.
Thank you to the viewing audience. Thank you to AJ, our other brother. Keep trying to hook me up. Lord hear you.
He tried. What the dude from Houston done gave up? Have he gave up on it?
No, he ain't gave up. He ain't gave up. But when it comes to our topic, quick thing. Y'all, when we were dropping Blake off, it was the middle of COVID. He was going to kindergarten the second year we were in COVID. And I was like, Lord, show me this teacher the one, because I was ready to fight behind Blake. I ain't lying. And this goes with the topic because of something she said. One of the kids, when we were dropping Blake off, it was me, it was Mama, Alicia, Brenton. Like, it was extra, I know. But one of the kids was like, oh, Miss, I ain't gonna say her name. this crayon is broken. This crayon is broken. And she said, broken crayon still color, baby. And I looked and I was like, I feel like that was the Lord letting me know that he gonna be fine. But as it equates to this topic, it means even if you're missing a piece of you, you still overcame. So even if you go through the storms, if you go through rain, if you go through any of this, you still an overcomer. You may come out broken. He'll put you back together again, but you're still an overcomer.
He always do.
Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
That was good.
Lily, final thoughts, man.
AJ, thank you again for being here. I don't know why, but I just keep looking at you. You just don't look like AJ today. And whatever it is, I just pray for you through whatever you're going through. You said you're in that broken phase. I pray that you get to that healed phase, right? So whatever it is, I'm praying for you. But again, thank you for being here. Overcomers, every time I say that word, I can't say it enough. I think of our family. We've overcome so much. I think we're still overcoming. And even in the beginning where you were talking about, thank God we don't look like what we've been through or what we're actually going through. Yeah. That's so true, because the last few weeks have kicked my butt. Yeah. But I have to keep going. I have to keep overcoming. I have little kids looking at me every day like, you ain't got time to sit here and be upset or angry or whatever it is. So
not.
And you know what? It's just one of those things where I feel like it was a timely word for me tonight. You said some stuff that I didn't even expect to hear to kind of take me back. Even when Nikki started crying, I was on the verge of tears. I'm like, whew, keep it together, because you said some stuff tonight. So again, thank you just for your vulnerability and being there.
You're welcome. Miss Producer, put the comment, this last one up from Facebook user real quick for me, please, ma'am. She says, T, I really don't care. This show just let me forgive you instantaneously as you used, or as you said earlier, I guess. And I'm probably not going to call them because you ain't going to break me.
You won't break my soul.
Okay, for me, let me just say this, again, I'm never going to be able to thank AJ enough for everything that he's done for me individually in this show. So that's just going to go without saying. And what I'm going to say is that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. A lot of folks get it wrong spiritually, and they say God ain't going to put more on you than you can bear. That's not the case.
No.
He's going to put more on you than you can bear, but he ain't going to put more on you than he can bear.
That's right.
Yep. And you just gotta walk like it's done already is what the deal is. As hard as that may be, you gotta act like we done won. Some of the best advice I'd ever got from a pastor is fake it till you make it. Some people didn't like that he said that, but that all that is an act of faith. That's all that is. But they didn't like the terminology. And at the end of the day, our book title that we talked about earlier, at the end of the day, all of us are somewhere between bitter, better, and broken. At the end of the day, right? No different than we move in between different groups that we're a part of on a daily basis too. See, I am a brother, I'm a dad, I'm a son, I'm a grandfather, I'm a business owner, I'm a show host. I move between these roles and responsibilities throughout the course of a day, a week, a month, and I'm different at all times of the day. Same thing. We move between bitter, better, and broken at all times because we got triggers too, right? So we move in between these, and you just simply have to learn to overcome no matter where you are between bitter, better, and broken. AJ, we'll let you wrap this one up, sir.
Yeah. This is an active series for me. I haven't even taught it at my church, and I'm leaving there October 1st is my last day. So I don't even know if I'm going to get a chance to teach it there. It might not be for them. But the one thing that God, because what's interesting is he's taking me through it as I'm teaching it. Like I
Love
can
it.
speak from true experience. This ain't what I
That's right.
heard. This ain't what I read. This is what I know.
Yeah.
And he said, your name is still Andre. So while you're broken, your name is still Andre. While they writing you off, your name is still Andre. Even in your bitterness, your name is still Andre. Wow. When you become an overcomer, guess what? You are still Andre. So overcoming doesn't always mean getting to the wealthy place or the land of money.
Yeah.
It's when in your heart and in your mind, you know that can't nobody do you like Jesus. That my Father is still Alpha, Omega, the beginning, the end, more than anything I can imagine. And guess what? He still loves me beyond what I can ever imagine. So it literally takes all the power away from all the pain. It takes the power away from all the problems. It literally tells the power. You, like that person said, you can't break me. You can't break me. God can break me because he can put me back together, but you can't break me. And man, I'm trusting in that. I've gotten to a place where, hey, listen, nothing else really matters to me. That right there will keep me. And when that can keep me, I can use it to keep my children, my grandchildren, my friends, my family. Right. We all gonna be all right. We all gonna be.
We all gonna be all right.
Amen. We gonna be all right.
Yeah. So with that being said, you let me know when you want me to do the.
Yeah. Go ahead and do your close, and then the producer's gonna play our outro, and we'll see y'all next week. Next week we are off due to Labor Day. I'm right in that, right, y'all?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. No show next week due to Labor Day, and we'll come back the week after with some fire. And AJ, go ahead and close us out, and then producer, you can play our.
As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all.
Then we cooking, bro. Bring the hook in. Queen 3 and King, we the team. It's going down. We the talk of the town. It's going down. We royalty, wear our crowns. It's going down. Tune in now. It's going down. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. It's going down. We just hit you with another one. Tune in now. We just hit you with another one. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King. It's Queen 3 and King.